Okay guys, this is Math Gaming coming at you with a relatively unique video. I created this to question what PvPskills said in his Bloodborne meta video. So it is. Now, he started off his video by saying, when does your build become like how do you, when do you get your competitive build and when you get your sweet spot for summoning? Well, the old meta was 100. I'll be covering that in a minute. Well, actually, I'll be covering it now because the past metas have been in Dark Souls. Dark Souls 2 didn't have a meta, full stop. But Dark Souls 1 had a meta, Demon Souls had a meta, and for the start of the game, Bloodborne had a meta. Which was all. Well, Bloodborne was 100 and Dark Souls was 125. I never did get to play the Bloodborne or the PvP in Demon's Souls. Now, the way the summoning ranges work, and it is fair enough, because this is why the argument has been created. With the way the summoning ranges are, it's now 20% either way, which means 20% up, higher than you, or 20% lower than you, which is a hell of a difference whenever PvPskills did the math. PvPskills, now, bearing in mind I'm subscribed to him, and I love his content. But I do have an argument. The way, whenever he was doing the math, whenever you're level 100, you're invading level 60s and level 140s. Level 140 is a big margin, so it is. Level 60 to 100, you're over, like you are going to be much more powerful than them. And level 100 to 140, they're going to be much stronger than you, so they are, right? Which is fair enough. And then he continued through the ranges, which he did his research on. I do agree, right? So he did test out. He tested out higher level builds than level 100. He did, as he said, he has said it in his video, which is fair enough. He went up to level 150 to fight Praise the Sun, who is another fantastic person who I do enjoy their content. Right? Now he had stated at level 100. You're going to be fighting low levels as well, and you're going to kill them. It's as simple as. But he also brought up the fact that level reflects your physical defense, which is also very true. Your level does reflect your physical defense, which can help you in the long run in terms of how much damage gets dealt to you. So it does, right? And whenever you stack that with the armor, as he said, you have a lot of defense, so you do, right? But like the build that I'm using at the minute is a level 100. At this particular section of the game, video, I am using a level 100 build with the Great Lake Ruin, the maxed out version, and it covers my physical defense perfectly with that 5% increase. So it does. That's could just be me, but in my opinion, it covers me perfectly. And then he goes on to say that HP is important, so it is. I wholeheartedly agree with him, unless you're a glass cannon. But HP is incredibly important in PvP and PvE. I admit that, because in some of my videos, I score a one shot but this is me using the boom hammer. So it is. The boom hammer is broken, and I'll explain that in a later part, so I will. So he does say that HP is very important, and also that the two health runes, the two maxed out health runes, yes, you have to go through the chalice dungeons to get them, but they are also important. I disagree, because I'm using the 10% one and the stamina one. That's all I'm using, along with the Great Lake. That's to cover my physical defense. But that's all I'm using. I'm not using a load of health runes. And that build, like that's the build that I used in my whirligig and a Magdalene arm. So it is. And then he brings up about the gems. Yes, the gems have destroyed, well, not destroyed the PvP. It's just whenever you have the 27% gems, the weapons can do some scary damage. So it is, and this will come up later whenever I come to what he said. The gems are broken. They're very powerful. The 27% gems, along with another couple of the high level gems, are incredibly damaging. So they are like scary, scary damage. So it is, right? And then he brings up, right? He brings up, when is your build ready? He says your build's fully ready at level 100. I would tend to disagree. I would say you've got a fully, not a fully built, but you do have a build that can compete. I'd say around level 70. That would be my opinion. At level 70 you have a build that can compete in PvP. So it is. And whenever he says, like, he says at level 100 you have your primary, you have your 50 vitality and your primary attack stat. That is 100% true. So it is. I can't argue with that. At level 100 you have your primary stat at 50 and you have your vitality at 50. In fairness, in my build I don't have my vitality at 50, it's at 47 with, I think I needed the extra stats for endurance and skill, and that was for the Wally gig, and that was about it. So it was. But whenever you do look at it, at level 100 I'm able to hold my own against level 130s, 140s, 120s. I'm able to hold my own against them because I built my build correctly, or the way I liked it. It's a matter of opinion. It's down to opinion. Hence what these videos are all about. It's your opinion on something. And he says at level 100 you are incredibly low. Well, I'm able to hold my own against 90% of people, unless I get blocked in that corner or something. But I'm able to hold my own against 90% of the people, and that's against Bloodletters and Shikages. If you actually watch my video, the majority of people are using Shikages, so they are. But I'm only a level 100 build. And then he brings up the fact about increasing it to 150. That's 50 extra levels that you get, right? Now, in my opinion, a level 150, a build's not a build anymore. If I want a strength build, that's 50 strength and 50 vitality, or not even 50 vitality, just 50 strength. That is your primary damage stat. But he says, well, if you have a skill build, you can now have a quality build and use strength weapons. But then it's not a skill build anymore, it's now a quality build. It's kind of a, you now have two primary stats instead of one primary stat to actually make your build around. So that gives it a slightly more broken aspect, because the likes of the Ludwigs, if you have a Ludwigs with 327% gems and 50 in both skill and strength, your AR is nearly 1,000 or just over 1,000. So it is. Then you've got the weapon that I'm using, the Mighty Boomhammer, and it's about to crossfade over into whenever I start using my level 140 build. But back to the Boomhammer, if I leveled up, now I kept the main stats. If it was 50 strength, no other damage stats were increased. All I increased was my health and my stamina. That was it. The Boomhammer, if I put in, I've got 50 strength, and it hits like, not even a truck, it hits like a tank. So it does. Like, it is a monster of a weapon. Now if I added 50 arcane on top of that, that means whenever I do the transform and then do an attack, I do astronomical amounts of damage. It's not even right. So it isn't. And then what happens if you don't decide to take a secondary stat on? Even with the Minister of Turns at level 99, a Blood Tinge build is still going. If you have 99 Blood Tinge, you're going to kill everyone. A single shot from an Eveline will kill with a Bone Marrow Ash. A single hit from a Shikage will kill you. And a single hit from a Bloodletter will kill you. I do not agree with the 150 meta. It is, in my opinion, too high. And so what my opinion is now is, I would probably say 125 would be a good place. An extra 25 levels, so you have your two primary stat, your primary attack stat, a secondary attack stat for the likes of Blood Tinge or Arcane or Skill. You're still a strength build. We'll say you've got 50 strength and then 25 skill. You're still a strength build with a little bit of skill. What's wrong with that? And you still have your 50 vitality. So in my opinion, 125 is a better option than 150. And that is why I am putting forward my argument is I do think 150 is too high to PvP with, because if you design your build right, you can have some weapons that do remarkable, like astonishing, incredible amounts of damage. So he did also bring up that you become a jack of all trades at level 200. In my opinion, you become half of that at level 150 because you've got 2 major damage stats. That's scary. And then on top of that whenever you're using skill on a 50 skill build, you can one shot on a visceral. 50 strength and 50 skill. Ouch in terms of a Ludwig's. Ouch in terms of any weapon, because you get the best skill or best scaling from all of your weapons at that. Just in my opinion, 150 is just too high. 125 I would say would be a better fit. And then for all those guys that do PvE, stay in the standard new. Well, I suppose if you do PvE, that's all you're there for to do. So that could be a reason to go up to 150, is so you can get that 100 to 200 range. But for PvPers, I would say that 125 to 130 would probably be the best place to go, because you have a build that can compete against any other build. It doesn't matter 150 or 200. At 130 I would perfectly bet that you have a build that can stand up to just about any of them, in my opinion. So it is. Now, I do think I have covered everything whenever it came to it. Have I missed anything? Well, I'm using, like, I've got the videos that you're seeing, I put up a little bit of whenever I leveled up my build to 140, and I just have a bucket load more health and a bucket load more stamina. Ooh, I'm not really doing much better or much worse. It's the same. So it is. But as said, if you give people access to an extra 50 levels in terms of damage, you may as well kiss the PvP goodbye, because everybody's going to be rocking all of the overpowered crap of the week. But that's just my opinion. And this is coming to the end of the video, so it is. I'm just voicing my opinion on this one. But guys, this has been Loudmouth Gaming. If you have anything to ask me, leave a comment below. And I guess I'll see you all in the next video. And I hope you have enjoyed.